There's an issue that well, we came across, and that was also because the Ghana National Association of Teachers went to have an interaction. They went around some of the communities bordering the Volta Lake or river, it depends. And apparently there are communities where there are no schools. So children would have to take ferries or canoes to get to the other side of the island to be able to go to school. So Stanley did a great story on that. And then they got some life jackets. So there's a particular gentleman in the story who said that he nearly got drowned, who was a teacher. You know, just in May or March, a teacher got drowned. Young person, just starting his teaching profession, and then just got drowned. You know, that's the difficulty that they face.
I think that was in April, May.
Yes.
At Agamkope.
Yes. Agamkope.
Yes, Agamkope. That's where he drowned. Exactly.
Wow.
And after that, there was another one in June also, where another teacher perished. Do you remember the Aboase? Is it Aboase?
Abotoase.
Abotoase, yes.
Tepa Abotoase.
Where those 3 pupils also died. So, unfortunately, pupils are dying and the teachers are dying as well. But, of course, the concentration this morning is on our teachers, and they must be saved. A lot of attention must be put on the lives of these teachers, because without them, all these riverine communities have no schools, they have no teachers whatsoever. So that's why it requires that they would always have to travel and commit to all these riverine communities to be able to teach. Anyway, the president of GNAT, Reverend Owusu, is on the telephone line joining us this morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my sister.
How are you doing, sir?
His grace is sufficient. Yourself?
His grace is sufficient here as well for all of us. Thank you very much. Anyway, so let's get into it. How dire is this situation? I mean, we recorded a number of teachers who have passed away, and yesterday over 200 or 300 life jackets were donated to these teachers along these riverine communities. How dire is this situation? How are we tackling it?
Well, let me say a very good morning to your cherished viewers and your colleagues at the studio. The situation on the island is very serious, because if you look at the ordeal teachers who plow their work on the island together with their students go through, you will be amazed. Look, in the OT region, if you take Krachi East and Krachi West, Krachi East has about 15 island communities, and they all have schools. Now, if a teacher wants to come to the urban city or town, maybe Dubai, you have no option than to be on the boat to cross the lake. If you go to Krachi West has about 46 island communities. And out of these 46 island communities, it is only 25 communities that have schools. So the remaining communities that do not have schools, you ask yourself, how do the children access education? Certainly they have to cross the lake to the nearby community to access education. And the unfortunate situation is that the owners of the boat do not have life jackets. The state authority has not made it a point to provide such simple life material to enable the citizens of Ghana who are working in this island to protect their life. And so it's very, very dangerous. What is that?
Are you still there?
I'm there. Hello?
Yes, are you still there?
Yes.
Yes, we're here. You can continue, please. We are listening.
Yes. So what I was saying was that the situation is very bad. And the earlier state authorities take action, the better for all of us.
Were you part of the representation that donated the 251 life jackets yesterday?
I did the presentation myself.
Oh, you did it yourself? Okay.
Exactly.
So is this going to go a long way to curb the situation that we have at the moment? Because just like you mentioned, the boat owners are the ones who do not even have the life jackets, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So since these have been given to the teachers, did you give some to the boat owners as well?
Well, we are an association, and we have a scanty resources. So we have started. We started last year. Last year we were there to give them some life jacket. Of course, it was not enough. So this year we decided to add 251 pieces of life jacket.
Okay.
And we believe that this will go a long way to serve about 36 schools.
Okay.
On the island.
Okay.
So that at least for a start they can be using them. But you see, we are doing this to draw the attention of the government that please, we are managing the country, but we should also look at the people in the hinterland and on the island. They are part of the country.
Now, the question most people would ask is this: is it not possible, especially in this day and age of equity and access to education, to provide these schools in their communities that they reside so they don't have to travel across all these river bodies just to get education? Is it not possible? Isn't that where we should be focusing?
It is more than the word possible. Because, Ghana as a country, we are part of the United Nations. And if you look at the Millennium Development Goal, 4, by the year 2030, every school going child should be in school. You see? So as part of UN and with the educational objective, that by the year 2030, every school going child will be in school. And if you have a 46, about 25 island in Kachi, West, that will not have school. You see?
Anyway, we have a teacher on the phone who normally travels with these kids also. Oh, we lost him?
No,
he's on the line.
We'll take a look at the video.
Oh, okay, before. All right, so let's take a look at the video.
Killing in excess of 20 people.
All I realized was that we were swimming in the lake.
They have to go home.
What the wave has blown a lot of water into the boat and the boat submerged. And so my colleague actually told them that I am somebody who doesn't know how to swim, so they should help him to save me. And so all the people in the boat actually came to my rescue, and then they surrounded me. It was around 2:33 a.m. and so there was no boat, no canoe on the lake.
But not every
line. Is Reverend still with us?
Oh. Yeah, I'm online.
Okay, so this is clearly what I was talking about. Number one, this teacher doesn't even know how to swim. And now the requirement is that you would have to know how to swim so as to be able to teach in these riverine communities. But in these cases where most of these teachers don't know how to swim already, isn't it too late for them to learn? And isn't it proper that these schools are rather situated in communities where nobody really has to struggle over these river bodies to even risk their lives?
Well, it is better late than never on the part of the teachers. Once the GNAT service cannot stop pushing teachers to such areas. It is very important that we add this training to enable our members. Because see, no man is an island. Whether you put a school in the community, certainly one day there will be an issue that somebody needs to cross to the other side.
We agree.
So the earlier we all take this issue serious to make sure that we prevent unnecessary death, the better for all of us.
All right. My colleague Bella has a question for you.
Let me just ask this. Maybe we can extend it to the students as well. As much as we're talking about the teachers, I remember that this issue of swimming lessons came up. And Lawyer Jantua had said this about 2 months ago, that it's about time that we inculcate swimming lessons into the extracurricular activities of students all across the country, especially in these areas that are surrounded by water. Should we extend this to the schools to ensure that students also learn to swim, just in case they find themselves in such dire situations?
Of course, it's very important, because if you look at what happened in Fana, I think in Ganwest or Ganwest district, that 8 children got drowned. It is very important. You see, we have grown as a nation, and so we cannot continue to be still using the old system we used to do. So the swimming training will go a long way to help even the entire community.
But at the moment, what should be the ultimate goal of government if they need to address this issue from the source? Should it be the provision of these life jackets? Should it be ensuring that students and teachers learn how to swim almost immediately? What exactly, if government should ask you now what you need them to do immediately, what would that be?
Well, the immediate solution that we recommend to government is that, look, we can procure some of these goods to the people on the island.
Okay.
Yes, and then we government should also make sure that the private boat owners at least should have some sort of life jacket in their boat.
Okay.
And the boat should not be overloaded. If you go to the boundary of the island and you see the passengers boarding the boat, you'll be amazed. So one government should also do well to procure boats to these people.
Okay.
And they should make sure that there are life jackets in the boat.
All right.
And those in authority, like the Ghana Maritime Authority and the Ghana River, whatever that are in charge of our water body, the monetary supervision should be effective.
Exactly. Reverend, that's my last question to you. So who is checking or who is supervising the quality of the boats that ply these water bodies? Who's checking? Who is making sure that it's in a very good condition so as to safeguard all the passengers on the boat? Who's checking?
We have people and institutions in charge. If you get that if you want to drive, there are GPRGU, there are whatever, road transport, whatever. When you go on our waters, we have people in charge. But you see, because of the partisan politics of we find ourselves in, you see, we are always making noise that will not even help us. Instead of looking at some of these issues, and let me commend TV3 this morning for bringing out this particular issue for discussion. We are tired of party A, party B, party A, party B. People are dying day in, day out. And so I'm happy that TV3 are taking this matter up for discussion.
We also thank you for your time this morning, Reverend Isaac Owusu. He is the president of the Ghana National Association of Teachers. And like I always say, we do hope that duty bearers are watching. How many more should perish before the rightful thing is done in this country? We hope that we'll get to the bottom of this matter.